Which side of the House is to start today's debate? Is the minority caucus?
Speaker, it's always been the practice. They start, and then we come in. So there should be no debate about this. Or your people are not ready. So if you are ready, start. What is your problem? I've seen Agboja is here. I've seen Akando. You are trying to strengthen your side. Oh, let me speak. Leader, let me speak. Speaker, last week we started with full force. And I realized at the front bench, I see Kwame Agboja is here. He's here for a reason. And I see Akando also here. They are here for a reason. Because they realize that their legs are wobbling. Look at their legs are wobbling, so they have to reinforce. But if your people are ready, start.
Honorable members, we don't need to stretch this. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, this budget speaks for itself. Without even a debate, the budget can win. Without a debate, without commentary, this budget can win. It speaks for itself. But it is good that we always have the minority side comment, and then the majority side will have the opportunity to respond. That has always been the practice.
Last week,
and for instance, we have a number of ministers. If you look at the list of those who are commenting today, we have a number of ministers. So let's say that the commentary on the health sector, it will not be appropriate for Honorable Akando to speak. Then after that, maybe the ranking person on the other side for health will now speak. It has to be the ranking person speaking first so that Honorable Akando can respond. Same way, road sector, it will be good for the ranking on road to speak, and then the Minister for Roads in commenting will also have the opportunity to respond. So let's go the way we've always gone, which is the minority starts and then the majority responds.
Honorable members, this is a budget from the President, and it was presented to us by the Minister for Finance in the form of a statement. And members are making comments to that statement. We haven't even reached the stage of debate when the appropriation bill will be presented, and you go through the process of debate. And so I just wanted to know when it ended on Friday, then we could continue from there. So you are all making comments. You are all making comments. Which side made the last comment so that we go to the other side? Yes, Honorable Habib.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your last question, we concluded on Friday. Even the start of the commentary on the budget, they started it, and that has been the practice. So it will be them to this side. That's how, from Tuesday when we started the debate, that's how it has always been. So on Friday, they started from this side, and it ended here. So today, Mr. Speaker, they have to start. The majority leader thinking that the ranking on this side should speak before the ministers. It's never the case. So we should start as we have always done from Tuesday, from the start of this commentary. That's how it has always been. So let's flow in that direction.
Honorable members, you know the ministers who are appearing before the committees, and so at the committee level, you can engage. But so far as the floor is concerned, you are making comments. I have the list of the majority caucus with me. I was given the list of the minority earlier on, but it looks like it's mixed up with the plenty voluminous documents here. And so I'm not locating it, so I've requested for a replacement. So in the meantime, could we start from the majority side and call on Honorable Kobina Menta Akando? You have 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
I'm most grateful, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to comment on the 2026 budget statement. Mr. Speaker, as we all know, the right to quality health care in this country is clearly enshrined in the 1992 Constitution. The Speaker, per the 2026 budget, you will find the issues or the policies underpinning the health sector from paragraph 1056 to 1074. The Speaker, this government sees any expenditure in the health sector as an investment. The Speaker, we cannot grow any wealthy nation or productive nation without investing appropriately in the health sector. The Speaker, it is said that a wealthy nation or wealthy people reflect on a wealthy nation. The health of the people has a direct correlation on the productivity of the country. The Speaker, worldwide, it is estimated that every dollar you spend in the health sector, you get not less than $2 or $3 in economic returns. The Speaker, as leaders of this country and as part of the rate-setting agenda, His Excellency the President set out to fix the challenges in the health sector. The biggest health financing scheme in this country, Mr. Speaker, is the National Health Insurance Scheme. The Speaker, before we took over in 2024, and His Excellency the President was sworn into office on January 7th, 2025. The Speaker, you recall that there were a lot of cries about delay in the payment of service providers in the health sector. And we always heard the threats from service providers about withdrawal of services because their claims have delayed. The Speaker, on this very floor of the House, both sides had advocated that we uncap the National Health Insurance levy. It fell on deaf ears. The President then was simply not listening. The Speaker, again, there is this statement in the health sector called unrealistic tariffs. The Speaker, I am telling you the challenges we met with respect to the National Health Insurance Scheme and how we have set out to solve those challenges. The Speaker, as we all recall, one of the policy directives, one of the instructions when His Excellency the President was sworn in was the fact that the National Health Insurance Scheme must be uncapped. The Speaker, so as I speak to you now, the National Health Insurance Scheme has been uncapped. Not only has it been uncapped, now there is prompt releases of funds into the National Health Insurance Fund. The Speaker, as I speak to you, we even sometimes have to call service providers to come for their claims. The issue of threats of withdrawal of services due to non-payment of claims are long gone. The Speaker, in a matter of 1 year, in fact less than 1 year, the active coverage of the National Health Insurance has grew from 18 million to almost more than 20 million. Less than 1 year. And we are looking at about 60% coverage of the national. So the prompt releases of the fund and the uncapping of the fund, the Speaker, has boosted a lot of confidence in the National Health Insurance Scheme. And that is leadership. That is the resetting agenda. That is governance. Mr. Speaker, for your information, beginning January 2026, the current tariffs on average will see an increment of 120% of national health insurance tariff. Meaning to realistic tariffs and trying to fight the issue of co-payment, the illegal payment that some service providers charge subscribers, although they are subscribers. And so, Mr. Speaker, the national health insurance, as I speak to you now, have seen tremendous improvement. As of September this year, not less than 7.5 billion has been disbursed by the National Health Insurance Authority. Mr. Speaker, as I have already indicated, leaders are set out to solve problems. One of the biggest challenges across the world, on the continent, and Ghana is no exception, is the growing of non-communicable diseases. Mr. Speaker, about 45% of our mortalities are due to non-communicable diseases. In Ghana, yearly, about 4,000 people are diagnosed with cancer. Mr. Speaker, 1 out of every 3 people is diagnosed of hypertension. Mr. Speaker, diabetes is on the rise, kidney failure. And so His Excellency the President set out to find solution to this particular challenge so that the catastrophic expenditure on Ghanaians will be a thing of the past. Mr. Speaker, when you get yourself into this non-communicable disease, it pulls you into the poverty line. And therefore, His Excellency the President established another fund called the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, popularly known as Mahama Care. Mr. Speaker, the bill was brought to this House. It's been passed into an act. The board has been constituted. And, Mr. Speaker, it is now in motion. This particular fund is dedicated towards the funding of non-communicable diseases. That is leadership. That is the resetting agenda. Solving problems. Investing in where it is needed most. Mr. Speaker, teach them. Again, Mr. Speaker, one of the reasons, one of the hindrances of achieving the universal health coverage is cost. Mr. Speaker, as I speak to you now, His Excellency the President has clearly directed that every Ghanaian starting 2026 will have access to free primary health care. Mr. Speaker, that free primary health care will give real meaning to the promotive health care, to the preventive health care, and the curative. Teach them. Mr. Speaker, you also agree with me yourself, you've been the minister responsible for health before, that the primary health care need of this country is about 80%. And therefore, when you get the primary health care right, Mr. Speaker, you have a very strong health sector. And so His Excellency is investing at the right places. Mr. Speaker, quite apart from that, in 2025 alone, this government has enrolled or put not less than 13,500 nurses on the payroll. 13,500 on the payroll. And Mr. Speaker, again, in the government's attempt to ensure equitable distribution of the workforce, this year we are distributing not less than 700 medical doctors across the length and breadth of this country. And it is Mr. President's directive that he would not want to hear that there's any district in this country without a medical doctor. And so these 700 medical doctors are being posted to the districts where they are needed most.
That's leadership.
That is leadership, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, again, in a matter of less than 1 year, we have paid approximately 500 million to nursing trainees as allowance. And in the next 2 weeks, Mr. Speaker, we are going to pay additional 231 million to them. The days of arrears in multiples of 20 months, 10 months, 18 months are gone. Now we are paying on time. They are gone. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency, the President, as part of his 2024 manifesto, promised the good people of this country that we used to have 10 regions, and therefore we had 10 regional hospitals. During the last regime, we thought that once they had created the other extra regions, it was going to go with other facilities. Mr. Speaker, it will interest you to know that the 6 additional regions, none has a regional hospital. None of them has a regional hospital. And so, His Excellency the President has directed that with immediate effect, we start construction of regional hospitals in the regions where there are none. Mr. Speaker, as part of 2026 budget, we are going to begin the construction of 3 regional hospitals in this country. Mr. Speaker, namely the Savannah region, the Oti region, and the Western North region. Mr. Speaker, and we are going to continue the abandoned health facilities. Mr. Speaker, the last regime or administration dotted a lot of uncompleted structures across the length and breadth of this country. His Excellency the President has directed that he will never abandon any ongoing project. We are going to finish those projects to give meaning to the investment. Mr. Speaker, you don't start projects just for the starting of its sake, without the real impact on the economy. Ask yourself, those abandoned hospitals, what is the value of it? Mr. Speaker, we are going to complete all those projects. Mr. Speaker, again, we admit as a government that government cannot do it all alone. And therefore, we are looking and seeking to bring the private sector on board.
As innovative.
Mr. Speaker, for example, it is this government directive that, as part of getting all our hospitals retooled to have the right equipment, we are inviting the private sector in to do what we call equipment placement. So that we can get the required equipment at each hospital, whilst government is also going to procure more for the smooth running of our various health facilities. Mr. Speaker, it is our expectation that our colleagues on the other side, Mr. Speaker, will join us to celebrate this particular budget, to contribute meaningfully to this particular budget. Because, Mr. Speaker, if you check the budget, we are investing in people and they are the right places. We are just not dotting around infrastructure. Mr. Speaker, we target what we can complete. So if it is 3 regional hospitals we want to do, we start 3, we finish before we roll the next one. Mr. Speaker, as part of the Agenda 111, clearly in this budget, an allocation has been made. And not only has it been made, Mr. Speaker, again, we are also going to partner the private sector. Mr. Speaker, we are going to partner the private sector, bring them on board, complete them, equip them, and then manage them. What is important to His Excellency the President is the fact that the ordinary Ghanaian will have access to quality health care delivery. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Honorable members, The member used just about 13 minutes out of his 15. But before we go to the next contributor, let me acknowledge the presence of our visitors. So far, I have from 3 institutions. The first is from the Learning Tree Foundation, led by the Chief Executive Officer, Rosemary Osei Kufuor. There are 60 in number coming from the Ayawaso West Wuogon constituency. Please, they are at the left side of the speaker at the public gallery. On your behalf, I warmly welcome them to Parliament. And I congratulate the Chief Executive Officer for leading them here. Please, you are warmly welcome. You may resume your seat. We also have students from the Mawuli Senior High School, led by the teacher by name Christian Agbachi. There are 77 in number coming from the whole central constituency. Straight ahead of me are the students. Please, you are also warmly welcome, and you may resume your seats. The third group is from the St. Paul Catholic Church, Sinasi Brekum. There are 36 in number, and they are led by the chaplain and financial secretary, James Ousu Ababio and Anchi Augustine. As I said, there are 36 in number, and it's located at the Brekum East constituency. You are also warmly welcome, and please, you may resume your seat. We will now listen to the comments from the Minority Caucus in the person of Dr. Nana Ayew. You have 15 minutes.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you as I take my turn to comment on the principles of the budget. Mr. Speaker, I've heard the Minister of Health speak copiously on the policy, and as I take my turn, I would want to say that there's a high level of inconsistencies. There's a high level of inconsistencies as far as this budget is concerned. Mr. Speaker, I'm not sure the resetting is actually adjusted. I'm not sure the resetting is adjusted. Mr. Speaker, if you go to paragraph 590, it says that, Mr. Speaker, the ministry continue to expand access to quality health care in line with the universal health coverage roadmap. The National Health Insurance Fund was uncapped to provide stable financing for vaccines, essential commodities, HIV services, and free primary health care initiative under Mahama Care. Mr. Speaker, this paragraph, I will dissect it into two halves. The first half, Mr. Speaker, is talking about uncapping NHIF. Mr. Speaker, this doesn't sit well with the people of this country. Mr. Speaker, if you talk about uncapping, last year, the envelope was 8 billion, capped to 6.8 billion. Of the 6.8 billion that was given to the NHIA, 6.5 billion was released to them, performance of 95.5%. performance of 95.5%. Mr. Speaker, now, when you uncapped, the envelope size was 10 billion. It was revised to 8 billion. Mr. Speaker, when it was revised to 8 billion, you capped an amount of 20% for the Mahama Care Trust. Now, and that's by law, Mr. Speaker, that is by law. 20% of that amount was allocated for the Mahama Care Trust. Now, in essence, that was capping. Now, if you cap 20%, you have taken 1.6 billion out of 8 billion, and that itself remains 6.4 billion, which is woefully less of what we allocated to the NHIA last year. We gave them 6.8 billion, and you gave 6.4 billion. Mr. Speaker, as of now, 25th November, you have performed worse. Mr. Speaker, the allocation to the NHIA as of now is woefully under 4.5 billion. Woefully under 4.5 billion. The allocation to the NHIA is woefully under 4.5 billion. Mr. Speaker, this statement said, we are uncapping to make funds available.
Honorable
but if
member,
you uncap and cap,
honorable member, please, just a minute. We're taking note of your timing, so nobody will take a minute from you. Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, my colleague is misleading the House. Mr. Speaker, as of today, as I speak to you now, the disbursement from the even allocation and the lodgement of funds in the National Health Insurance Levy and the fund stands around 7.5 billion and not 4 billion. Where is he getting the 4 billion from?
Where?
Mr. Speaker, this house is a house of records. You cannot be misleading the people like that.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, come on, bring it on.
Honorable member, you may continue.
Mr. Speaker, he may want to table the respective documents to the table's office. Otherwise, you are misleading us. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable members,
you capped.
To solve the problem, I want both of you to table your documents to solve the problem so that we know whether it's 4.5 billion or 7.5 billion. We just need your documents, and that's all. We'll solve the problem. Yes, but you may continue.
Mr. Speaker, so if you uncap and make 8 billion available, and you further cap it by 20% to Mahama Care Trust, now what is actually available is not the 8 billion, it's actually 6.4 billion for NHIA to perform. That's the truth. So we cannot be here for you to write in the statement that the NHIF was uncapped to provide stable financing for vaccines, when you know very well that the uncapping was recapped and what is available is not actually what you are saying. So this one doesn't really sit well with the agenda resetting. Mr. Speaker, then again, you look at the statement of the minister. He says that, and the free primary health care initiative under Mahama Care. This is confusing. Mr. Speaker, Mahama Care, you are saying is for specialist services. Mahama Care, you say, is for non-communicable diseases. Then again, you come and say in this statement that we are making funds available as we made it for Mahama Care to take care of Mahama Care, including free primary health care services. So the free primary health care services, are we further smuggling that to be under Mahama Care to further compete with other financing allocation to the NHIA? This is inconsistent. This is so inconsistent. Mr. Speaker, I'll move on. As I move on, I come to the principles of the budget. You didn't talk about blood, the lifeline of the human and the lifeline of this country. Mr. Speaker, today, I say, and I tender in this document, that Zipline is decommissioning. Is decommissioning 4 of its centers. 3 of its centers. Center 4, Center 5, and then Center 6. What does this mean? There has been non-engagement. There has been non-engagement and also inability for government to provide funds for Zipline. Mr. Speaker, the allocation this year was 20 million, knowing very well that you owe Zipline as of now 175 million. Mr. Speaker, what this means is that, as this letter says, they are shutting down these 3 centers. The Enum Center supplies the whole of Volta region. It supplies part of Eastern region and the Afram Plains. Mr. Speaker, they are also shutting down the Western North, Seshi, the minister's own backyard, Seshi. We also distribution center. That means that they are not supplying blood, medicines, vaccines to the whole Western North, part of Western region, part of Central region, Ashanti region, Ahafo, Bono. Mr. Speaker, they are also shutting down, effective today, Table Office, the Karachi Distribution Center. And that means that Karachi, part of Savannah, and also East Afram Plains, effective today, people are going to die needlessly of shortage of blood, medication, vaccines. Mr. Speaker, the reasons why they are shutting down is because of the lack of funding. The resetting has made sure that there's no funding to the Zipline entity. The resetting has made sure that these people are not supposed to provide services. And for that matter, Zipline is best described as a comatose entity needing resuscitation. And that resuscitation they need for themselves is actually l'argent, money. They are not being given. Mr. Speaker, this news is terrifying to the ordinary person living in remote areas in this country. Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, we must do something urgently about it because the shutdown starts today. And this is not right. Something should have been done and something should have been mentioned of it in the principles of this budget. But that is not so. And I hope the minister will do something about this because life lost, especially a lot of emergencies that we have. Maternal death is all related to lack of blood and blood-related products. So this letter that is saying that you have not engaged them, and for that matter, they are shutting down, is worrying. And it is addressed to the Minister of Health, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, again, I go to the issue of recruiting of staff. Mr. Speaker, let's be honest with ourselves. This year, we are told in the budget that 13,500 nurses were placed on the payroll. Mr. Speaker, this document, August, this clearance was given to 15,200 nurses and midwives. And that was to take care of all those who graduated in 2020. Mr. Speaker, this year, about 6,700 of them had not been taken. And there was all these agitations. One of the staff even actually had to speak some sort of way that the minister was not happy. Mr. Speaker, we had to come in. But why would you sit for the opposition to come in on issue, to put pressure on you before you see the need to get to sort yourselves out? And what was the issue? The issue was just extension. Extension. If in any case, if you give a warrant and it expires, all you have to do is to extend it because of political reasons. Because of political reasons, they did not extend. And for that matter, as I stand here, Mr. Speaker, if I'm told by this budget that this year, they took 13,500, Mr. Speaker, this is not true. Any person who was placed on the payroll was regards to the allocation that was extended by last year. So what it means is that they have actually enrolled the 2020 nurses. I would want to ask, the 2021 batch of nurses and midwives are expecting to be recruited to the service. And normally it's done in August. I want to ask, has that been done? That has not been done. That has not been done. So if you say you have placed people on payroll, on which payroll? Which nurses are they? Which midwives are they? Which country are they serving? Whilst we are clear, they are listening to me. Mr. Speaker, they are listening to me. The nurses of 2021, they are listening to me. Yesterday, I met a couple of them. They have not been placed on their payroll. If you are doing something, you are trying to tell Ghanaians that you continued what the NPP government did. The 6,000 or 7,000 people who were not placed that you placed, don't take glory for it. You are actually taking glory for what was not done that you could have done, that they had to agitate for before
Honorable
you did
member,
so.
hold your breath. Yes, Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me remind the House that you invited the two of us to table our evidence to the National Health Insurance expenditure, and my evidence is ready. That's the first one. I want to table it. So he will also table his evidence. Mr. Speaker, as a minister responsible for health, I have stated it on this floor that government has put about 13,500 nurses on the payroll. And Mr. Speaker, this was approved by cabinet, and the Minister for Finance has written to that effect to the controller. And you have a member of parliament on his feet saying that nobody has been put on the payroll. How do you speak like that? Or based on what are you saying that nobody has been put on the payroll? Any evidence? The controller, Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Finance, the Minister responsible for Finance has written to the Controller and Accountant General. And you sit here and you say that nobody has been put on the payroll.
Salaries have been processed.
And salaries have been processed to that effect.
The 2021 nurses and midwives,
Yes.
public and private,
Honorable-
have you employed them?
Honorable member.
Have you employed them?
Honorable member.
No. All right.
Honorable member.
Yes, Speaker.
It's
Mr.
just,
Speaker,
it's
I
just,
refuse to be interrupted. I would want to, under your direction, continue my presentation, if you so
yes,
allow.
I just wanted to draw your attention to the fact that he's challenging your statement, which I believe is a statement of fact, that the number he gave of government putting 13,500 on the payroll is untrue. That's what you are saying. That's the position you have taken.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker.
And he's asking for the basis. God here provided the
Speaker.
basis for his
Mr. Speaker.
13,500.
Mr. Speaker, my position is that
No,
the
I'm
2021
not talking about your position. I'm talking about the statement of
Mr.
fact.
Speaker, technically speaking, 7,000 of all those people were part of the clearance that was issued last, and those were those which were placed, the 2020 batch. But I'm asking, have you, Ghanaians are listening, have you recruited the 2021 batch of nurses and midwives? That has not been done. That has not been done. So that is the politics of it. You are creating the impression to Ghanaians that this year you have recruited nurses and midwives, whilst you are enjoying the clearance of last year. I'm only exposing them. Mr. Speaker. We are speaking to two things. You met a financial clearance.
That is what we wanted clarification on.
Yes.
Now, your position is that, yes, we have 13,500 on the payroll, but that did not include the 2021 nurses.
Absolutely. So they are based upon the financial clearance. They are based upon the MPP's
All right.
financial clearance.
Yes,
So you've done nothing. You have not added
Now
any
we get to a
recruitment.
point.
You
Please.
have not added anything to
Honorable member.
because you are only coming to the public.
Honorable
giving the
member,
impression
you
to the
can
public
go
that-
on. You can go on. Please, you can go on.
Okay, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
So I have tidied it, and thanks for your guidance, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the clearance of last year under the MPP government was not 13,500. And Mr. Minister, you need to add 1,700 more because it was 15,200, and you have placed them on the payroll, and actually it reflects 13,500. So you need to add some 1,700 to it, and these are going to be those of 2020. Again, every year we have to add on. So this year we are expecting the clearance for the 2021 nurses and midwives that you have not done. Mr. Speaker, I'm asking my good friend on the other side to do it. And that one, he can come here and tell us that this year they have added on 2021. Otherwise, we move into next year and they are now going to do 2021. And they have shortchanged those of 2022. Else, he has to combine the two of them, 2021 and 2022. And that is worrying. Mr. Speaker, the agenda of resetting, this fundamentally exposes resetting. You should reset properly so that we know that this year you are adding on 2021 and then you are adding 2022. But for you to give a reset gap, where you take 2021 to 2026 is worrying, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with regards to the agenda,
Honorable Minister, he has raised a very serious matter.
Yes.
That there are still some of our nurses that are crying to be absorbed on the payroll, and that you should take it as a priority and make sure that that is done.
Most grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am guided by your appeal. But Mr. Speaker, let the records capture that they left 74,000 health professionals at home. 74,000 health professionals at home. Mr. Speaker, when they recruited in 2024, Mr. Speaker, you don't just recruit, you make financial provisions. So when you recruit, you must pay them. Mr. Speaker, no financial provision was made for the recruited nurses. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, it was also not even as part of our handing over notes. And so, Mr. Speaker, we were confronted with the realities in 2025, and we had to make amendment to put all the 13,500 nurses on the payroll in 2025 alone. Wow. Mr. Speaker, if you put 13,500 on a payroll and you have not even exhausted everything, Mr. Speaker, you must take in some strategies to be able to reflect on how going forward you absorb more. Mr. Speaker, not only that, government has decided to use managed migration. Mr. Speaker, we are looking at how we can export some of these health professionals outside the country, and some other countries are responding to it. So we have better plans than them, Mr. Speaker. You could have done it. 74,000 people. What were you doing?
Honorable member, you may continue.
Speaker, I hope you'll be generous with me with regard to some time. Mr. Speaker, I stand again to say that the good people of this country voted against the MPP. For that matter, fix it. Fix it. You were voted to fix it, so fix it. Mr. Speaker, in 2017, the MPP met a backlog. As of 2017, the last batch of nurses who were recruited were 2011, 6 years or so, 6 years. We fixed it. We fixed it. So it is for you to fix it. I don't expect him to, as of now, 11 months into government, complaining of what they left. When you left over 6 years, Mr. Speaker, there's no room for this. The Agenda 111, Mr. Speaker. The Agenda 111. The commitment is so poor, Mr. Speaker. You're talking about building regional hospitals, university.
Please kindly give the member 1 minute. 1 minute.
I thank you. I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Agenda 111. Agenda 111. How can you go and build regional hospitals to increase referrals when you are supposed to take care in those same regions the many hospitals that will allow people not to spend a lot of money, and the referrals will be less? You want them to leave their homes and take a lot of transport, a high cost of transport, knowing very well that, according to Thaddeus and Main, it affects access to health care. You want them to leave their districts to go to the regional centers, increasing referrals when you are supposed to look for money to take care of Agenda 111. Mr. Speaker, there's an anomaly here. This is inconsistent. And Mr. Minister, would you want to say that, Mr. Minister, as I make my debate? You have not been, the Speaker have not given you. So, Mr. Speaker, I want the Honorable Minister to know that attaining universal health care 2030, every country is going towards district, citing hospitals close to the rural areas. We've gone past that time where we put them in the main city. That's what you encourage.
Honorable member, your time is up. Your time is up.